Yeah, see, I thought you were going to say it. I'll say it, 8%. The 30-year fix has jumped 20 basis points just this week as investors digest stronger than expected economic news. So now we have an 8 handle. Compare that to just 3% 2 years ago. What that means for a person buying a $400,000 home with 20% down is they are now paying about $1,000 more a month today than they would have just 2 years ago.
That's Bidenomics.
Man, that Bidenomics is amazing. Isn't it paying dividends right now? Before we dive into this video, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and if you could please share so we can get it out there. Well, this isn't looking good. So we have a $400,000 home. We're going to put 20% down, even at, now it's at 8% rate. I believe this is the highest since the year 2000, right? So in the last 23 years, the highest rate. So that's just splendid news. So say right now, the house is already astronomical to anybody in the real world. Now, if you're a millionaire, billionaire, obviously this doesn't apply to you because you have money to go through these issues. But somebody living paycheck to paycheck or people in the normal world, they can see what this really is. So now, if that payment was already astronomical, it's going to have $1,000 on top of it. And they already put this out that you're going to have to earn at least $115,000 a year to be able to afford a home in today's market. And that's part of the American dream, right? You know, you work really hard, you get the really nice car you wanted, you build a family, you have a nice house with the picket fence with a swing in the backyard, the wife makes the lemonade, everybody having a good time, we're grilling hot dogs and ribs, everything's nice. That dream is slowly dying. And they want you to line up and vote for the same thing. So what's going to be the campaign promise? What are we running on? What's Joe going to say? Hey, I know that gas is just astronomical. I know all these rates are at 20-year highs. I know that we're about to go into World War III. I know the inflation has no chance of ever being to where it was again. It's going to remain here. We're not going to go in reverse. It's not like he's going to undo these policies. Think about what's going on at the border. What are you running on? What can you say that you've improved in people's everyday lives? Didn't he always say he's middle class Joe?
And I mean this in the bottom of my heart. I know I'm called middle-class Joe. In Washington, that's not meant as a compliment.
So it doesn't matter if you raise minimum wage, everyday people can't afford all this stuff on top of grocery prices. So all this stuff that you're paying in interest, you're paying like a car payment, another house payment, all that stuff, just in interest. That's how bad things are. So what are you going to run on? You're going to tell people that you're going to fix a mess that you created? This is all part of the Build Back Better. This is just, it's a very scary time in a scary situation because it's not like any of this stuff is receding or it's not like it's staying in the middle. All of this stuff is continuously going up and going in the completely wrong direction. So if you ever thought about, man, I'm going to own a house sooner, this will be the worst time to get a vehicle, to try to get into a house or anything. And then what happens? Everything that goes up must come down. And that's what you're going to have, like a 2008 situation where all of this stuff comes completely crashing down.
But I tell you what, I don't know about you, but I'm going to go to bed.
So you would think that we should be sounding the alarm bells with this stuff, right? You're going to create all this homelessness with all of these crazy rates, bankruptcies, evictions. All of this stuff is going to start rolling right on down the hill. We should be focused on this. No, but we're announcing we're sending 100 million overseas and all this other stuff. And watch, they're going to try to bring forth a crazy package for Ukraine because Zelensky's sitting right there saying, hold on, don't forget about me. You already need to come with it or I'm going to expose you clowns. So that's only a matter of time before they're going to introduce that. So all this help to distant lands, but not for this country. But this is showing you they are doing this on purpose. They know what the problem is. They know what they can do to reverse the problem, but they're not doing it.
No shit.
So what does that tell you? They have to be doing it on purpose because they know it's bad. They know it's in the hole. So what is the end game with all of this stuff? You have to really look at it at the end of the day, what they're really trying to push this country to. If you have open borders, crazy interest rates, you're starting to bankrupt people. People can't afford these homes. All this crime is just running throughout these major cities. It's going to spread to other rural areas. That's what you're starting to see. see what their whole vision for this country is. It's a very scary time, but let them tell you it is so beautiful out there.
The economy is booming.
Yeah.
Inflation is down. The stock market is doing well. People are having an easier time putting bread on the table, etc. He doesn't seem to be getting the credit for that. Only 41% approval. Is it because they think he's old? Because I don't see anything else they can point to with him particularly.
So I would love to hear from you guys. Maybe I bump my head and I just don't see it. Maybe you guys are making a killing at work and everything's cheap. Your rent's great. Your cards, the payment's super low. Your insurance. Maybe I'm just, I just hit my head a little bit too hard and I live in some fantasy land. So you guys let me know. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and if you could please share so we can get it out there, and I will catch you guys on the next one.